Today, I am sharing 5 business mistakes to avoid, and I know that you want to avoid them because I actually made them and I wanted to share them with all of you so that you don't make the same mistakes that I have made. Trust me, when you make these mistakes, it's not fun, and some of them were costly to me. And I will break them all down in this video and also teach you what to look for when you're going into these spaces for your business. I'm Emily, and I'm here to inspire and empower you to become the best version of yourself in your life and in your business. And before we get into this video, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button so that way you get notified every time I create content. As you've noticed, I have been creating a lot of business and mindset content since that is what my coaching is going more toward. I'm super excited about this, especially with the whole money mindset and how to get to the next level mindset. So super excited to be creating content around that. And if there's content around mindset and business topics you want to know, drop them in the comments below. I'm always happy to do any kind of videos that you guys are looking for. So, number 1 mistake that I made was investing in wrong coaches, masterminds, and programs that I really didn't need. This was a huge and costly mistake. The 1 year, I know I invested over $75,000. I know it's shocking. And it still blows my mind when I look back and think about it. I'm like, dang, that's a lot. That is a lot. Because I saw these programs and I was like, oh, I need this to build my business. I saw these masterminds and I was like, okay, that would be great for me to get into the door, make connections and try to, create that community that you want as a business owner. And then I hired coaches to help me through certain things, through certain aspects. And I will tell you, it was a lot of money and a lot of valuable lessons. And some of the lessons I learned through that was, 1, I purchased way too many courses that I didn't even need, because when you're a business owner, you're like, oh, I'm going to take this course and then I'm going to be ready and then I'm going to actually execute it. It usually doesn't happen that way. You take the course, you go through all the modules, you do all the work, but then when it comes time to take action, if there's no one there really pushing you to execute, that's the hard part. That's the hard part, right? So be aware of that when you go out to purchase programs. I'm not saying don't purchase programs or don't invest in coaching or mastermind, but here's some things to look at and some things to ask yourself. In the next program that you're looking to invest in, 1, are you going to really execute what they're going to teach in there? 2, do you really need what they're going to teach? Do you have no other way of getting the skill set of sitting through this course that may cost you 20 to 30 hours, not to mention money? Ask yourself those hard questions. Are you just taking the course to try to avoid doing the work and showing up for your business? Yeah, ask yourself those questions. And when it comes to coaches and masterminds, 1, understand the difference between a coach and a mastermind. 2 completely different worlds, right? Coaching is usually more personalized, one-on-one. And when you're going for coaching, you need to understand what kind of coaching style do you like. Do you need a one-on-one coach, or can you do it in a group coaching program? Most coaches will give you a discount if it's in a group. Their group program is lower than their one-on-one program. And that's kind of where the struggle is for a lot of people, is because they join these group programs, but what they really need is one-on-one coaching. So make sure you know what you need before you invest in a coach. And when you get on the phone with these coaches, as you're getting ready to make your investment, make sure you ask questions. Ask them what their strategy is to get you to your next level in your business. Ask them how they're going to support you. What is their accountability? You need accountability. You need to know how they're going to hold you accountable. You need access to a coach. How are you going to get that access? What's their communication style? How they're going to communicate to you? All these things are important. And they're important for you to realize before you make another investment, because that investment is huge. And the same thing with masterminds. Who's this mastermind for? Can you niche your mastermind a little bit more specifically so that mastermind can actually help you? Masterminds can be very beneficial because you make a lot of connections in there as well. But ask these questions before you make your next investment. And I would say the last question to ask yourself, are you generating enough income to pay this investment out of your business expenses where it doesn't come out of your pockets? That's a huge one, because if the answer is no, you need to go back to the drawing board and start making money. I'm not saying don't hire before you make money, because coaches can help you get, in your first 30 to 90 days, start generating revenue quickly. If they're a good coach, they can help you with that. But that's another thing to ask as you're investing. Can I get my return on my investment back from this coach within the time frame I'm working with them? Which I think is huge, right? The next one I have is not listening to your intuition. I've done this multiple times in my business where I have not listened to my intuition, and I have learned some valuable lessons, and I have felt it in multiple different ways where I didn't listen to my intuition and it came back to bite me really hard. This was including from anything from saying yes and saying no to opportunities that I knew, I shouldn't have said yes or no to. And also from picking my niche to figuring out what am I going to do. I kind of was in this phase of like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea. But in my body, and I felt it, and I knew I was supposed to be teaching business, and I was scared to show up. And I didn't listen to my intuition. And this cost me a good 1.5 years in my business. Yeah. So when you hear things and you feel it, and it's a gut feeling, it's an intuition, however you identify, and you keep getting this thing back and it keeps coming back to you, start listening to that, because that is your intuition. That is telling you, that is your guidance, that is leading you. Even if it's the craziest thing in the world, still need to listen to it. It's very, very powerful. The next one is saying yes to things that don't align with you. When you say yes to things that don't align with you, you are saying no to things that really do align to you, because you're not making space in your business for this. So anything that does not align with your brand, your message, whatever it is, say no to it. That way you can say yes to the things that do align. We say yes all the time because it's a shiny object, it's a shiny thing, and a lot of times people don't understand what is a yes and a no. And so there's this thing you can do where if you're like, I don't really know, ask yourself, you don't know because it's out of fear, or you don't know because it doesn't really feel good or resonate with you. If it's not an excitement and I'm so ready to show up for that, I can't wait type of energy, don't sign up for it. Because you are not only putting your brand out there, but you're also putting your time out there. Time you could be spending on generating revenue and doing things in your business that you know you need to do. So don't say yes to all the opportunities just to get away from doing the work that you know you need to do in your business. We have a very, very interesting way of avoiding doing the things in our business that we know we need to do, right? I know this because I was one of those people. And the last one I have is not focusing on revenue generating task. So as a business owner, you own multiple different hats, right? You have all these things, right? And so for me, it was like, I want to focus on my YouTube. I want to focus on this. Oh, and I want to learn Pinterest. And I want to learn all these skills. I want to learn all these marketing strategies, right? It's a lot and it's overwhelming. And I'm like, where do I focus on? I get so overwhelmed. It's like I have no idea. So then I just don't take action. And by the way, if you're not taking action in your business, it's probably because of you're overwhelmed and you have no idea where to start to break it down. Trust me, been there too. So when you're not focused on the things that really matter and how it's going to generate money in your business, this is where you're just going to sit. You're not going to be able to take action. And I know that because I've been there. So now I have to get really clear and ask myself, is this a shiny object that I'm just reaching for? And is it really going to bring me revenue in? If not, I'm not doing it. And yes, some of it is hard to say no to because it's something I really want to do, but I also know it's not in alignment and it's not the right time. And I have to say no at this time. That doesn't mean I have to say no forever, but at this moment, it's a no for me. And there's been things where I'm like, man, I really wish I could have done that, but I'm focused on generating revenue right now. And when I say focus on generating revenue, that doesn't mean scrolling social media. It also does not mean trying to keep up with every social media platform. Pick 2 and stick to it. When you're really good at those 2, then you can pick another one, right? We want to focus on all the social media platforms. And then also you're doing your social media manager. How are you making money, right? So really stay focused on the items that are going to really generate revenue for your business. So I hope these 5 business mistakes were super helpful for you. And I'd be curious, like, drop in the comments below some of the business mistakes you have made that you strongly would like to share with people in the comments below. And if this was helpful, send it to a business owner, send it to whoever needs to hear this, and I will see you in the next video.